What's going on, Taurus? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of September 2023. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month of September. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the month of September 2023, Taurus, and so much more. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Taurus, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Taurus. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for the month of September 2023, Taurus. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Taurus. Hold on. Let's keep going. See what we got here for you, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, before we get into this reading, let's go ahead and start it off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you, some messages from the universe, and this is going to be the energy that Spirit wants you to embody, the energy that Spirit knows you need more of for your own highest good in September. And the first energy you need more of to embody this month is compromise. So compromise, in a certain sense, is meeting in the middle. It's about creating some sort of win-win scenario, giving some sort of desire up that you have, and also someone giving a desire that they have in order for two people to meet in the middle. And I do feel in your love life, Taurus, that the only way it's going to work with you and someone is if you can do this. This may point to some sort of, I do get that you're going to realize that there may be some sort of incompatibility in your love life, but it's not something you can't work through. But it's really, in love, you really have a big decision to make if you're already dating someone or you're already seeing someone. Now, for many of you, if you're single, and even if you're in a relationship, I get this very strongly. There's something about compromise, love life versus career life, because the frequency that I pick up right now, Taurus, for many of you is in some sort of way you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to be the most successful that you can be at your love life, then your career is going to have to take a back seat in September. If you want to be the most successful at your career life, then love is going to have to take a back seat in September. And there is this deep fear of being on your own, even though that you know that you're meant to do it. For some of you, definitely there is a frequency I'm picking up on. It's like there's a frequency of being a jack of all trades. For many of you, this is going to manifest in different ways. For some of you here, Taurus, you're really going to have to think, what is it that you're sacrificing by being in a love situation with this person? It may be your career advancement. So compromise, you're going to have to meet in the middle in order to make something work in love. And I think what I feel intuitively is, yes, you are forcing some sort of incompatibility if it's a love situation. And the thing you're most afraid of, it seems to me, is to be on your own. for a period of time, not forever, because you know you have some sort of big quest that you have to do. Now, you can make it work with someone, but you're going to have to make some serious changes that both you and the person that you're dealing with in love, whoever your person is in September in love, may not be happy with. It may cause lack of passion here, but there's some sort of compromise to meet in the middle. Okay, so compromise, giving up something is some sort of thing for you to consider here. Now, it's coming through in more ways, so let's continue. You also have inner voice. What frequency do you need more of here, Taurus? You need inner voice. So trust your inner voice above everything else. This is the High Priestess. This is you making moves that may not, I just get that it's not going to gratify your immediate pleasure senses, but it will make sense in the long term. So there's some sort of intuitive move. It may not make any sort of logical sense because the inner voice often defies logic. Spirit just tells you, Taurus, you have to do this, do this, do this. It may involve maybe love taking a back seat this month, I don't know, or making a compromise work. And you're like, logically, this doesn't make any sense, but Spirit's like, hey, we're on the mountaintop. We can see the big picture. You better do it. So whatever nudge that you're getting from Spirit, and it could be crazy. It could have to do with something involving travel. It could have to do, for some of you, involving you either your residence. This could have to do with you making a decision to live alone or to travel that you may be very scared about. That this may also, there could be something for a lot of you I'm picking up about compromise with travel and work. If you're in a love situation, there could be something where one person has to travel for work. The other person is like, how could you do that? It has to be done. There's something, but for all of you, there's something about listening to your intuition, your inner voice, your true self above any sort of thing another person is saying or any sort of logical argument. The internal voice is very gentle, but it's there. And it's going to make you think, oh, that's crazy. But you have to do it. Now, the last one you need here is master. Here. Master, Taurus. The frequency you need of is master. Now, those of you that have a very long-term goal, that you want to be excellent, if you're searching for excellence, meaning that you want to be the best at what you do, you want to be the best possible version of yourself at what you do, there is the idea of mentorship and mastery, and you linking yourself up with someone, spending time with someone that can help you in your chosen field or your chosen vocation. Vocation is something you dedicate your life to instead of just calling it work. There's some sort of thing that you want to become a specialist at, and meeting up with someone who's already the master at it. So in some sort of way, I do get intuitively that instead of listening to people who are mediocre at your vocation, no, filter your way to the top. Who's the best? So if you're a basketball player, somehow get help from Michael Jordan, not Charles Barkley. Okay, Charles, give me a break. So it's, but there is something here, and this is for all of you, Taurus. There's something about compromising love versus career, because right now, maybe after September you can have both. In September, you're not going to be able to make the progress you need to make and have both. You cannot have both right now. There is no such thing as work-life balance in September. Now, for others of you and for all of you not dealing with the love split, right? There's something here about you being a jack of all trades. I want to dip my foot in here. One day I want to be a painter. One day I want to be a trapeze artist. One day I want to be an athlete. One day I want to be a philosopher. One day I want to be a college professor. One day I want to be a chemist. Stop. Spirit's telling me you're spreading your energy way too thin. And this is something that's going to be to certain degrees more strongly for others of you, less strongly for others of you. For all of you, you're spreading your energy too thin. And what this is saying, Taurus, is that you need to let go of one thing so that you can become a master in one thing. Okay, some of you may be working 2 jobs right now, is what I get, and you want to become a master at both. What I'm saying is you need to become a master at one first, okay? And this is a lost art in the spiritual field, is that we think we can dip our toes in everything and it's going to be good. No, you need to pick one thing, master it, at least in September, and then move on to the next thing. Because right now your energy's being dissipated, and basically what Spirit is telling me is that it's going to be very easy for people to outwork you. Especially if you have multiple interests. This is something to do with, it's either to do with a compromise in love and work, or for a lot of you, you have many ideas, many loves, polyamory, many, not literal polyamory, for most of you, no. But what I'm saying is you have multiple interests, and it's time to choose one, even if you're not ready to choose one, because you must master something first, or you must seek out some sort of master that can help you here. And a lot of you will feel like you're losing something. A lot of you will feel like, well, if I give up this if I make a compromise in my love life and I'm focusing on my career, am I really going to be happy? And the truth is, you never know, but this is what Spirit's telling me to do, or telling me to tell you to do. But there is something here about things coming full circle. If you're with a partner, you're saying, hey, I need to focus on my career. If they really love you, because the true definition of love is to take something as part of yourself. If you're in a relationship with someone and you say, I need to do this, and if they really love you, they'll say, well, I want you to do it because I love you. And if you think that's in your best interest, then do it. And if someone says something other than that, then maybe consider that they are with you for their own personal need instead of your expansion. They're only with you for their expansion, which may be a red flag. Now, to calm it down, because I know I'm all over the place to a certain degree, there's something, once again, I will say for every single one of you, you're going to have the strength to really pick one thing and become a master at that, and then you can move on to the next thing, right? But first you have to become a master at one thing. And for me, this is the blessing that I feel that for some reason, Spirit has just led me down this path. But when I first started out in spirituality, it was all about connecting to the present moment, to Zen. All I cared about was having zero thoughts in my head. The first step for my spiritual development was spend an incredible amount of time shutting off your mind. Okay, check, did that one. Then focus on the law of attraction, visualization. Okay, get really good at that. Okay, you mastered the present moment. That helps you master the law of attraction even better. Then you move on to things like astrology, tarot, anything else. But you must first become a master at one thing before you can become a master at something else, because right now your energy is too dissipated. And a lot of you won't feel passionate about having to choose one. I don't know what it is. You have to choose one, whether it's one hobby, one vocation, choosing work over love. I'm telling you, if you try to do everything, you're going to have nothing. He who is a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. He who is everywhere is actually nowhere. This is universal laws, right? Maybe some of you don't believe that it is because I'm the autistic mystic and I have to use this avatar so that people can think what they want about it from a higher level. I was contracted into it, not my fault. But what I'm saying is definitely don't spread your energy too thin, but there is something about love here as well. So yeah, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Your opportunity is the Two of Cups here, Taurus, and I feel genuinely that there is something here about love with a person is your opportunity to work something out, to compromise here. So for a lot of you, it will be the basic definition of meeting halfway with someone in order to make something work. If you do that, I get it's your opportunity. I do get that you're forcing incompatibility. I do get that, but not forever. It's just this month. What Spirit's telling me very clearly is you may have to make a compromise that will seem like you're forcing an incompatibility. So you're forcing a relationship to remain, or even if it just started, if it starts this month, that will seem forced, but it will work out eventually. But right now you need to compromise, okay? So we're going to see why the Two of Cups is your opportunity. There also could be something about a very divinely inspired master that you're going to learn from. This could be someone that's in your life or not, but there's someone here that you're almost destined to learn from and put in the work. But Two of Cups is your opportunity. The other thing here is, for those of you that are wondering, okay, well, I have many interests. Well, which mystic? I know I have to pick one so that I become a master at one, but which one should I pick? Pick the one you love. It's very hard to be passionate. It's very hard to put it, because in order to be a master, what do you need? You need at least, on average, 10,000 hours. You need to put in, if you need to put 10,000 hours into something, even if you love it, there's going to be days you don't want to do it. You might as well choose the thing that you love, because I always say, you think you choose vocations, they choose you. So you can perform. Like I always say, I didn't choose tarot. Tarot chose me. It is mythological. They say I'm not gonna ruin it, but I was gifted my first tarot deck, right? And I really feel like this is me, one here, this is tarot, and we chose to work together because tarot is a thing. It is, and so whatever, if you want to be an artist, a boxer, personify your work and really be like, I'm entering into a contract. So I entered into a contract with tarot, right? So instead of just viewing it, I got to put in my 10,000 hours at this one thing, instead of having my things spread thin. No, you're entering literally into a contract with an entity, even if it's not human. And if you look at it that way, I think it will benefit you. But basically, if you're really stuck, well, which one should I choose? Choose the one that you love more. Which one would you do for free? Which one would you do for free? And some of you are saying, well, I would do both for free. I would do all of this for free. Well, then you just got to choose. Flip a coin, bro. What do you want me to say, girl? And then your challenge is the 10 of Wands. And I just get that it's going to be, I just get that whatever you're doing right now, people are going to outwork you in their sleep because their energy isn't split and yours is. So this has to do with the multiple things. But even if you're telling me, Mystic, no, I'm already committed to this one thing, your energy is somehow still split, probably to do with love then. And if it's not to do with love, then you have it in the back of your mind. You're not fully putting in your 10,000 hours, just I will master this thing. I'm entering into a spiritual contract. For me, it was tarot. You're not entering into the spiritual contract because you're saying, well, I don't really know if I want to dedicate my whole life. And that seems a little bit like slave master dynamic. I don't want to be told. I set my own schedule. So I'm not putting it. Shut up. Like, God. Like, people are going to smoke you, Taurus, here, yeah? So what I'm saying is the first thing is it's you're overworking yourself, but you're not even... I get your challenge for September because it could just be that you're getting going with something. You'll feel like your wheels are spinning. You feel like you're not making progress, but you are. And also the challenge is some sort of burden. And this really, for a lot of you, I do feel, I'm going on these rants, but it can be very simple. Love is burdening you. I do get that. So this could even be someone that you're not even in contact with. This could be what I'm getting, Taurus. Instead of waking up every day and saying, oh my God, maybe I should be with this person that I was with a few months ago. Oh my God, maybe I should be with them. Oh my God, I can't believe it went wrong. Oh my God, you're using that as an excuse to not put the 10,000 hours in, and your consciousness, I don't know how your consciousness is split, but it's split. It's split. And I would say the happiest I have ever been in my life is when I was the most focused. And I was... maybe even in the beginning of my tarot career where I was like, I don't even know if this is going to work. I'm being called, my intuition's calling me to do this. I'm entering into a contract with it. I don't know where it's going, but let's do it. But when I was the most focused is when I'm the most happy, because there is a lot of, and I know, you know, I'm a little bit of a doom and gloomer, Saturnian mother effer, but there is happiness here. And it's a weird frequency, Taurus, but could be having an issue with a fire sign, letting go of a fire sign, perhaps. A fire sign could be mad that you're letting go and they're not saying it, but they are for some of you. Sagittarius, Leo. This could even have to do with a birth. This could be some issue. I get you have an issue with a fire sign. I get you have a falling out with a fire sign, perhaps. And perhaps for some of you, this has to do with love. Or perhaps for some of you, this has to do with your work. You know, you say, hey, I'm not really going to be doing this course anymore. I'm moving on to this other thing. There could be someone who's like, I thought you were passionate about this, whatever. Or your overall general energy is the Chariot, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and also the Sun. So in some sort of way, I do feel like there could be travel involved here, but I feel like you're going to be making a lot of progress. There could be a lack of passion, but happiness. Okay, so there could be a decision that you make here that lacks passion, but leads to happiness. And I always say the universe is alive. So, people may make the mistake of thinking that you have to wake up every day and be passionate about what you do. No, there's always going to be days. Do you think Michael Jordan wanted to play basketball every single day of his life? Probably for the most part, yes. But there's always going to be things that you have to push through. And I get in some sort of way, as you balance out this split of your consciousness, I want to go this, you have a finger in every pie. As you double down, there may be this feeling of, well, this isn't as fun. This isn't as fun as being able to do everything. Sorry about that, Taurus. The camera just died. I had to switch it out. So let's just move on right to what you don't see coming. In what you don't see coming, Taurus, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you also have the Nine of the Nine of Swords here. So there's definitely a phase in your life that's coming to a completion. The 9 has to do with a completion. It's like on your way to a completion. The 10 has to do with a complete ending. And what you don't see coming, you're on your way to a completion here. There is something definitely, Taurus, in what you don't see coming about really doubling down on one thing that you may be very insecure about. Okay, because the Two of Swords is here. This is about denial. This very well could have to do with you creating distance from someone in your life. I do feel like this is a love life. Some of you here, very clearly in what you don't see coming, especially if you take the advice from me, or if you don't, in some sort of way, I feel that someone's independence is going to create issues. And for what very well for a lot of you, what this is you choosing to really prioritize your career or your work, and someone is very upset. A partner, a family member, a friend. Doesn't have to be a love partner, right? Could be anyone around you, you know? I mean, how do you think my mama feels about me becoming obsessed with tarot? Do you think she's happy that I have become a full-blown tarot obsessionist and I'm not available 24/7? Sorry, Mom, I'm not available 24/7, but guess what? I pay your rent, so I think that's pretty good. And so, if you look at any sort of master, because I just feel like for most of you listening, you are destined to become a master at some sort of field, to become the one. You know, you think of basketball, you think of Michael Jordan, right? You're meant to even like merge with the thing. Like, I just think I am tarot. There is no separating me from tarot. That's how much deep this dedication is, and that's why I feel that tarot blesses me with it. So, you don't think that Michael Jordan had issues like with his like love life? Obviously that's going to happen, but people will understand. I just think that you could even be upset about this. There's a newfound independence in your life that you're committed to, and you will have the strength to do it. At least that's the advice. Spirit's really advising you to do this, Taurus. When it comes to your advice from Spirit, you have the Strength card, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the King of Swords. So Spirit is really asking you to dig deep, move through a difficult situation. You already know what you have to do because the inner voice is strong. Spirit's telling you what you have to do, what you have to compromise, how you need to move here. And this is a frequency of just dig deep and do it. You know, you're Taurus the bull. You can do this, Taurus. You just have to double down. I just really get this feeling of drifting, dabbling. And if you're like, Mystic, no, like I am knitting. I am a knitter. I knit every day. Well, it's like there's something here about doing it more. Okay? Or also cutting something out. Right? Something that's not working in love here, choosing one thing over the other. I just get that. So with that being said here, let's start clarifying this energy and to make a little more sense of it for you, even though interesting. Yeah, there's a bird in here. I don't know what, I'm sorry, Taurus, this doesn't always happen, but Spirit's telling me, no, cut it. Like I've said all the relevant things that you actually need to move through September. I've said it. So I've said it. I really hope this helps you become a master, and I love you, Taurus. Peace.